Okay, we're starting with our long strap series. So this is going to require your straps to be elongated from their standard position. Very particular way you're going to want to introduce this to your class on how to get their straps long. So we're going to hold our straps in our left hand. We're going to pull the lever out on the side of your headrest. Always stand on the right side of your machine. Pull the lever, hold it out. Pull the straps and keep the carriage in. So Alexis, do it without keeping the carriage in. Can't do that, guys. We got to keep the carriage in, push it forward so it's closed, and then pull your straps. Let go of the lever and the straps will be where you want them to be, okay? Also be sure your straps are even, so that's why we hold them in one hand. All right, standard springs for this is a blue and a yellow, although sometimes this will get into clients' lower backs. So a blue spring is also a fine choice for this series. Floor squat with strap. So we start to take our squat and we row with your strap. Okay, you have multiple arm movements you can do here. Standardly, we typically take a narrow row. And because you have opposing weight in your arms, you can really get nice and low in your squats here, which feels really good. You can take a wide row. So we'll pull wide. And you can also take a bicep curl. So for that, you might need to go to your longer straps. And it's just more of a 90 curl here. And a nice release up. Okay? So typically we're building a series here. So that would be your squat. Next, we can go into our curtsey. So alternating or isolating one side, coming low. Let's alternate, Alexis. And we would typically add arms to this as well. So nice narrow row with your curtsey. And then you could isolate and maybe you just row the arms. Or maybe you hold the row and pulse. Good, and then come up. Stationary lunge with a strap. So we're gonna set up in a stationary lunge position. You can choose your arm work here. I really like a little tricep press with this exercise. So we'll sink straight down into a stationary lunge, small press, and a controlled release. So variations you can take here. Can hold low, tap the back foot in and out for a little skater movement. You can pulse the lunge, or you can hold the lunge and just take a tiny little pulse through your arms. Of course, you would want to do this on both legs. I would advise against alternating legs just because there is a lot of weight you're working against in the arm. So take one leg at a time for the stationary lunge position. Okay, next, we've got lunge step up with your strap. So for this, we're gonna take our gray pads off. Alexis went a little bit lighter. I would agree with her. So blue and yellow is fine for this. Sometimes it is hard to control yourself with that heavier weight. You're gonna take your foot up and step all the way up on the platform to start. So starting position here. We'll sink down into a nice deep lunge with control, sinking low at the bottom. And then without momentum, we're driving up to the top. Okay, so it's not here up, it is control down and control up. Okay, now from here, we would hold at the top and come into your single leg deadlift. So two options. Why don't you do your tripod? We use the weight of the palms in the straps to counterbalance the movement. So we're gonna hinge slightly forward and then slowly bring yourself up with control. So notice I'm not doing a huge kick with this back leg. It's just gently going back and with control coming up. Okay, as a really good challenge, this is a fun exercise to end the series with. It's a pistol squat. So maybe only a couple people in your class could do this, but it is fun to try. So we need a little more tension on this one. We're gonna loop our fingers through the little triangles on your straps. Choose your leg. And here we go. Sink down. Actually, I like to go a little more towards the knots. Sink down into your pistol squat. Come on, Alexis.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah. And okay, try the other leg. There she is. Okay. Yeah. So most people might just be here. Fine. Okay. If they need to go lower, they're going to try to use the tension. This is where we could use that heavier spring of the straps, yeah, to go up and down. The heavier spring really needs to happen for this. So you would want to be on a blue and a yellow for this one. And this is truly a challenge at the end. Maybe people do 2 or 3 reps, have some fun, and move on.
I just had to do it on the left.
Okay, that's the end of that series. I get to the bottom and there's a point where I don't know if I'm gonna get up.
That's where, yeah.
Yeah.